Alrighty. Okay, let's see what we got here. If we are live, let's see. Test all the connections. Uh, should be ultra low latency. Okay. All right. So this is a 5 minute chart right here. All right. This is a 5 minute chart right here. Let's take a look at the profile. So electronic trading hours, they kind of ran down a little bit down here to 24,500 area, and then we kind of ran back up. So that's a lot of movement overnight. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily, as you can see here, right in this area is the support area right here, and it seems like we're bouncing off of it again for the past few weeks. We've just been in a range up and down in a nice little range, about 800 point, 1,000 point range. We just been kind of trading around. So if we break this low area right here, we could go down here to 23,400. That's what I'm just thinking down in this area. But right now, as you can see, the past few days, the point of control, we've just been moving down. And then this day, we kind of moved up with the point of control in the high value area. But yesterday we kind of moved down a little bit, and we're just kind of flatlining a little bit. So if we can break this area right here, this 25,100 area, we probably could come up here and test the 25,400. So, but if we break this area at 24,400, then we could possibly, that area would be right up in here. If we do that, we could possibly go down to around this area right here. It, I I doubt we could probably do that one day, but we never know. You can't. That could happen. So we could do that in one day. We have no idea. You just have to keep an eye on it. This is a 5 minute. Um, so if we break this area right down in here, break this area that 20, about around 25, 24, 400. If we break that area, uh, next area would be 23, 400. That would be like a 1,000 point move. I mean, we could do it in a day. We have no idea. So it all depends on the market. We just kind of have to play it as it's happening. And if we look at the profile right here, the past few days have just been the point of control up here, and then we've kind of moved down here on the point of control. And then there was a nice, just a balanced distribution day, but we stayed around 2,500 area right up in there. And then I think that was Friday. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think or that was Monday, and then we had a nice little area we kind of ran up. I was thinking if we broke that area, we could probably come up here and test the 25,400, but we didn't. Point of control is lower than this previous day, and the high value area right here is lower than a point of control and almost in line with the low value area there. So, and right now on the electronic trading hours, we're just kind of trading uh, in this range here, about 24,500, 24,900, so about 500 point range. We had some movement overnight in the Asian session, but not very much. Not much going on as far as taking trades. I usually just don't trade the Asian session. I only trade from like 8:30 to 11:30. Alrighty, let's take that off. I'm not trading that account today. Let's take that off. Nope. Want to take that account off so I don't accidentally click something. And last night I worked on this chart right here. Uh, I've added the minute that was already there, but I added a 30-second, a 15, and a 5-second, and of course we have the live pulse area as well. So this is going to be released Sunday. I'm going to be releasing the order flow pulse. I'm going to be releasing that Sunday, and I need to create a video once I've released. I might be able to release it earlier than that, but the market won't open up until Sunday 6 p.m. But I might try and get this released, wrapped up this week, and then if I can release it, if I could possibly get a lot of stuff done tonight, it could possibly be released tonight, but that all depends. I'll have to let everybody know in the morning, but then I could probably just release it. Then I'm gonna have to create a video and explain to people actually what this chart is and how it's being used. But just a quick overview. The red areas right here, these are just the resting orders, and then the blue is the resting orders. And of course, it's a heat map. So right up here, right up in this area, since that was a little bit lighter, that was a larger resting order. And of course, down here you see the color change right there. And what this candle is this basically does the same thing as the live pulse, kind of like how Bookmap does it. The live pulse does it, updates it every 100 milliseconds as the bubbles will grow. That's like live time. Now, if in this right here, because I tried to do the bubbles on a 1 minute chart and they were just overlapping each other and it was a little too much. So what I did was I just made them a rectangle. And as you can see here, like this bar right here, it's real wide. It's about 90% of this column. And that means it's high volume. And if you see real dark green in there, that means it's high delta. So right here, that was a high delta, but you see how wide it is? It's not very wide compared to the whole column, 90% of the column. That means it's not, it was kind of less volume. Right here, this one right down in here, that red volume, but it was kind of the opacity inside the rectangle was kind of low, so that means it's low delta. And I also have stuff that I coded in. It gives us the large orders. So we had 96 large order. That's 96 contracts in one order. That's 31 contracts in one order. And I'm doing that because 96 and 31, we have 96 and 31, because this is the indicator for the chart. And I've developed that so you can just use whatever chart you want, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, whatever you want to do. But this right here for the live market, as you can see when the market opens up, these volumes are going to grow as the volume kicks in, and then it's going to be shaded darker when you have high delta. Like right here, this red candle right here, that was real high delta because it's dark red. And I'm doing this because when I see like large order come through, like large contracts in one execution, these bubbles will show up. But what I want to do is I want to have it kind of like show up top, large order, but I also want to see, hey, are we getting follow through on that candle? If it's a large order that goes through, but we have very low volume and hardly any delta, that's a little concerning. Um, but that's what I'm looking for. And also, of course, you have the resting orders here. We got a few minutes before the market opens up. See what happens. 2 minutes. As you can see here on this candle here, we have large volume right there on the green. That's more of like the point of control. And then that kind of real large, as you can see, it kind of grew a little bit more. But the delta there is kind of light. We don't have very many resting orders. It's 929. A resting order right there. As you can see, that kind of grew. As you can see, it kind of grows and kind of widens as the orders come in. And the darker the green, which means more the delta, the more positive the delta. Vice versa for the red. Here, let me switch over to it's up 100. Let's well, the market's open. Let's see what goes on. Market is open. Let me put the tick bending in here. What do I have it set to? Tick bend is 2. Let's set that to 4. I'm going to tick bend that to 4. So it kind of merges the ticks. The volume. That's what account am I on? Yeah, okay. Let's wait until the market settles down. As you can see here, we got some high volume up in there. We have a low volume area right up in this area, but 2485, you got some support at 885. Um, we got some resting orders that come in. We have an imbalanced area right up in here, but you need to sit on your hands and wait to see what the market's going to do. Um, the opening drive, you can play if you're quick on clicking the buttons, or if you have some hotkeys, you can play the morning opening drive, but I usually just sit on my hands and wait, at least first 5 minutes. Just sit and wait first 5 minutes. Or we kind of coming down to that buy and bounce area right there. We've got some support off the pre-market right here. We've got support off the pre-market. So 890 in this area right in here, you had some buyers pre-market, so that can be used as support right there. And also this right here, these profile volumes right here can be used as support as well. So I'm looking at this. I possibly need to put the delta count down at the bottom of the candle. That would possibly be nice, because I'm kind of looking at it, estimating we get more delta on this red candle, which we do. If I look right here, it's 147, negative 147. I kind of need it like right here would possibly be good. That would be nice. The thing that is missing is the large participation. These institutions are not playing. I'm not even seeing 30 lots getting uh, thrown around. So I don't know. And I thought they would play this morning, because pre-market they were throwing around 35, 45, 96, some 30 lots and 50s. But I'm not seeing any large participation. So I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they just gathering all this to pump it up or to drop it? We have no idea. Um, Previous 1 minute, we have some resting orders up in there on the previous 1 minute. So when this starts trading up, you gotta check to see if they're going to play that. What I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for large participation. I'm looking for a large buyer to come in here, probably like 50, 100 contracts, and then use that as support to either go long or short. Right now, I'd be careful about going short, to be quite honest, because we're definitely in an uptrend from the pre-market. If you look at the 5 minute, there's the 5 minute. We're definitely in an uptrend from like 2:30 in the morning. We're definitely in an uptrend. I need some large participation from institutions. I don't see any large orders being executed. And I'm using Rhythmic for my level 2 right here. Now, the heat map, you're going to need level 2 in order to have the heat map shown. Got an open and drive. We got a sell imbalance right up in there that just kicked off on the 1 minute. On this main chart, we got a sell imbalance right here. We got 4 times more seller than buyers right up there. Looks like, and we got persistent selling right there. They're trying to do something. I need large orders to come in. Right here, we got some resting orders, some high resting orders up in this area right here. What I would like to do in the future is put a column right here, about half the size of what this other is, and actually show you in a pill form with the text in there how much is the resting orders up there. If it's like over 50 resting orders, and show like a dot or something. That's what I would like to do. Up, got a buyer that kicked off at 38, as you can see right there. We got a buyer that kicked off at 38, but the problem is I wouldn't be taking that. They're underwater right now. They are definitely underwater. We're coming down to this area right here for support, but we have a sell imbalance that just kicked off, but then it got removed. We got more buying right there too. We got a 36 lot that just kicked off, as you can see right here. This 36 lot that was high volume, and the delta was like somewhat. I'd be careful about doing this because we got low volume participation up in here. We don't have big thick volume like this. You see how wide that volume is? That's what you want to see because you want to use that as support. I'm not trying to buy this long because we got a nice red candle right here. I'm not trying to buy that long. Um, this and we got a sell and bounce right here. So these longs are going to be underwater, but you got to understand what you're dealing with. You got buyers in pre-market right up in this area. You had uh, all these lots that kicked off like 35, 35, 45, 36. So you got to be careful. I'm looking for large participation. It's 936. Kind of like yesterday when we had that 50 point run. We had that 200 and some sell order kickoff. That's what I need, folks. That's what I need. Um, this right here, I worked on this last night, and I finally got this working really good. This is the heat map. This is the candle type that I built out. Um, I'm gonna put up a video to explain to everybody how I'm using this. The heat map is pretty self-explanatory. That's the bid resting orders, and the red is the ask resting orders. Now the bubbles right here are just large contracts that kicked off, and then the shaded area of the bubble, as you can see right here, that was 31 contracts, but its kind of opacity is kind of light. That means it's light delta. This one, the 36, was a little bit darker. That means it's a little bit higher delta. And instead of showing bubbles like we do, and also I'll show you right here, okay, we got some participation right there. Um, so we got a little bit of participation right there. Um, we have a little bit of participation. We need to push up. We need to push up, folks. We need to push up that 36, that 31. We need to push up. As you can see, the candles are widening. They're widening. I just took a small loss on that. I had to get out. It's an eval account. I'm not trading a funded account. I'm not feeling the market. This is not a funded account. We have a we had a 57 lot kicked off, but as you can see, that volume was kind of low. I mean, I could have came back up to a break even maybe, but let's see what this eval can do. I'm not trading a funded account this morning. I'm not feeling it too well. Well, let me get this back. If these shorts get, I mean, if these longs get caught right up in here, we could sell off, but you gotta be careful with that. All of this right here, all of these buyers, they start getting underwater too much, they're gonna cut. Now, if you look at this candle forming right here, how wide the width of it depends on how much volume, and the darker the rectangle, which is how much delta it is. Yeah, this is, I tried to go long right here at that 50, at that 31. I tried to go in a little bit light up there, and then I just took a small loss because we were breaking it, and then as you can see, we're kinda moving down. So, I just went on ahead and got out for a small loss. I ain't gonna deal with that. Um, I need a large seller to step in and start pushing this market down, and then all those buyers in pre-market will get, kinda uncomfortable. Of course, you gotta be careful because what they can do is just run it right back up. And you got the resting orders right here. It's kinda low. Not a lot of resting orders. I don't know. Might not be a lot of participation today. Who knows? 8:45, you got a little bit of sellers coming in. You got a 70 lot that kicked off, a large one order 70 lot that kicked off. You got some resting orders up here that they would have to trade through right up in here. That 70 lot's taking a little bit of heat now. Let's see, we got 174. Wow. Got 174. It just kicked off. The volume is okay. And what you want to see now is since you have 174, you want to see these bars getting real wide and dark. That means high volume, high delta. That's what you want to see. You need to see that, but right now they got absorbed. The 174 lot got absorbed. The sellers are definitely pushing it down. Okay. I don't think today's the day to be trading a funded account. Yesterday, I traded both. I got 5 funded accounts with Bullnox, and I traded 2 of them. I've only got 2 of them activated. I need to activate a 3rd one and start, running it. Oh, wow, look at that. You need to see some large sellers step in. You really need to see some sellers step in. You really need to get that 174 uncomfortable. Plunge protection team in full force. Plunge protection team in full force, people. What? What the plunge protection team full force, people. traded years ago during the financial collapse, you will understand what I'm talking about. The plunge protection team in full force, people. The plunge protection team is in full force. Let's see what the eval, because I'm not going to be trading a funded account today. We need to see some volume come stepping in. We need to see volume come stepping in, folks. We need the volume. We need the volume. We need the volume. We need the volume. Step in, folks. Step in. Step in with the volume there, mother lovers. Please step in. Get that little 70 short. That little 70 short's probably pissing his pants right now. He's like, man, I gotta cut this. I'm gonna have to risk desk up my butt. If I don't cut this, I'm gonna have to risk desk up my booty. Come on, keep going. Come on. 35 pointer. Yeah, keep going. Keep don't no, no, no. Oh, come on. Okay, let me go through this trade. That was an eval. I'm not feeling the market today, so I'm not trading. I'm not feeling the market today. So that's my funded account. That was, I don't know. What was that? That was a 25 pointer. All right, let me go over why I took this. So for one, we kind of opened up right now. Right now, I'd be careful about taking longs or shorts. Look at that huge wick. Look at that huge wick on that 1 minute. Stay away from this crap. Let me drag the 5 minute over. So the 5 minute, wow, I'm running parallels on my Mac, so it has issues with this sometimes. Why we got issues like this, people? Why we got issues like this? Is it like this? No, that's the editor. Alrighty. Let's get this down here. I cannot stream using parallels. Cohesive mode is what I'm using. Cohesive mode. And that's kind of crappy, to be quite honest, with cohesive mode. See what I mean? Okay, I'm not taking this anymore, but all morning long at 8:30 we had all these buyers up in here. And I'm thinking, okay, they're just gonna kind of push it up. So we kind of ran up. We had an opening drive. We kind of ran up, and I'm like, okay, so we have all this support right up in this area right here. We have all this support right up in this area. And I'm like, okay, if we break this area, if we break this area right here, if we break this area, what I'm thinking is all those buyers right there, like 96 lot 30, 113, 106, all those buyers, and those are one contracts, those are large orders. More than likely it's institutions. They're going to get uncomfortable, and we could possibly come down here to like 24,750 up in this area, maybe 24,800, maybe. I don't know. But that's what I was thinking. Get these uncomfortable, and we can get a short. We had a 70 lot kickoff, and I'm thinking, okay, all of this whole area right here, that 174 that kicked off, all that's going to get uncomfortable, and they're going to start cutting. Because even though these institutions have a crap ton of capital, they don't want to be losing $250,000, $500,000. They don't want to be doing that. So that 70 lot kicked off, but we didn't break through it. We broke through right here, and I'm thinking, okay, and I think that's when I made the comment of, I need a large buyer stepping in. I need a large buyer like 100, 200 lots so I can use as support. But we didn't see that. And then we saw these kick off right here. And then, so why did I take this trade here is because that 174 was right there. And then once we started breaking this area right here, that 70 lot right there was getting uncomfortable. Now, the way I programmed these bars right here, right now, this is a 1 minute, and I programmed it so you can use 1 minute, 30 second, 15, 5 second, and then live pulse. Live pulse is kind of like a book map thing. It kind of updates the bubbles as they're forming within, if any orders come in within 100 milliseconds, the bubble will grow after 100 milliseconds. It'll just go to another bubble creation. Uh, but then on the 1 minute, I tried to do the bubbles. They were overlapping, so I kind of made them rectangles, kind of widen it out. So this is like my own little candle uh, thing I'm doing. I'm going to put where the open, high, low, close is, kind of try to form it. So it's kind of like a hybrid footprint thing, book map hybrid footprint. I don't know. My mind works differently than most people, but 174 lot right here. We had it's hard to see. I need to make this a little bit wider, but it's hard to see. We had that green, that dark green, that was high delta. We didn't have high delta as far as red, so there was no real high negative delta kicking in. But once we saw this area right here, I was thinking, okay, we're breaking this right here. Let me go ahead and get in. And where was my stop? And my stop is down here, because if we lose that support right there with that volume and that somewhat good positive delta, I'm out. I'm out. We're going to be going back down. But that 174, I was thinking, okay, we got all these buyers up in here. We're going to be pushing up. So what I did was, once we broke this area, I went on ahead and got in. My support is down here. If we trade below that, I got to get out. And then we started popping. And then what I did was, because the market's kind of going up, down, kind of ranging, kind of like this, kind of like sloping downwards. I'm not feeling it too much, so I had to tighten up my stop. And I got stopped out. I think it was like a 25-point run. I'm not sure. I was looking at my other chart where I'm doing the executions, and it was like up 35 points at one time. But hey, I was trying to get a runner. I was only in one mini anyways. But yeah, that's what I developed last night, and I put the minimum volume right here. Minimum volume. Here, let's switch that to 2 real quick. Let's switch that to 2. So the minimum volume, as you can see, the candles kind of went up. If you do a minimum volume of like 10, you see how they kind of disappeared. And you do minimum volume of 30, it's really going to disappear. Minimum volume of 50. So minimum volume of 2, that kind of gives you where the low volume areas are, because the rectangles are real skinny. Right here is a pretty decent volume area. Let me see if I can't find one for you. Like right up in here area. But hey, what minimum volume? Okay, the L volume, that's the lot. I got to rename that. That's for these bubbles to show up. Anything above 30, these bubbles are going to show up. Okay, so if I switch this to 50, then only if one contract, it has to be one contract. If one contract kicks off, a 50 lot kicks off, one order execution of 50 or more, it's going to show the bubble. Okay. Now what I'm going to program, and then resting orders is 10. That's just for resting orders up here for the heat maps to show up. And I'm tick bending it. I'm tick merging it. Each rectangle is tick merged to 1 point. Each rectangle is just 1 point. You can tick merge it lower if you want. But that's what I have. And then I have the 1 minute, 30 second, 15, 5 second, and then of course a live pulse, kind of like how like a book map would show. I mean, I'm not trying to compete with book map, but hey, kind of what it is. So that's why I took this trade right here, because this right here, we had persistent selling right here. They were getting caught. We had 37 kickoff. That one right there, that 70 lot was in the money. And then all of a sudden we broke through. That 70 lot is taking some heat right there. We're breaking the 174. I didn't go in heavy, and the reason for that is because that 174 that kicked off, that's a big wick. So they got pushed down. They got absorbed and pushed down. So I was a little leery about it. But once we broke it, and then I saw this right here, we were breaking at 174. And then I was looking right up in here. The volume was widening. The rectangles, they were getting wider. That dark area is delta. That's high positive delta. So a break of that, I was thinking we could push up more. And also, what is missing in this candle right here? What's missing is a lot of selling with high negative delta. It had a little sell right there at that 1 point area right there, but it was real low delta, hardly any delta because it's a hollow candle. And then that's why I'm thinking, okay, we can pop, and we got a pop, and then I sold. You want to sell into the pops. You definitely want to sell into the pops. So got that area right there. You're not going to get the whole move from here to here. You're not going to make 35 points. I saw it up there at 35, and I was kind of keeping my stop a little bit tight. So I got around 25 points on that, I think. Yeah, about 20, 25 points, I think. Well, I'll be able to tell you real quick. Um, be able to tell you real quick. Looking at my executions. Uh, what is that? So I got 17 ticks. I mean 17 ticks. I got 17 points on that. So I got 17 points on that. Okay, no big deal. Got 17 points on that. That was no big deal. I really wasn't feeling it. That's why I didn't trade a funded account because I just wasn't feeling it this much. I'm like, yeah, I just don't like this. For me to trade my Bullnox funded accounts, the two that I got activated out of five of them, the two I got activated, market's got to be good. Market's got to be good for me to trade that because I want 50, 100 point runs. It's got to be good. When I'm not feeling it like this, and I don't see real good participation, real good price action, I just flip to a eval and just try to get a six funded account with Bullnox. I just switch to an eval. That's all. Right now, I'm not feeling anything, to be quite honest. This market is just not doing very much. And what you have to look at up here, we had a push, and I got stopped out at 17 points, so I made 17-point profit. We got stopped out and that big huge wick. Then we pushed right back up, pushed back up. We had some. We got a 40 lot that just cranked out. We had a buy imbalance right here, was a buy imbalance, and it got absorbed. Four times more buyers than sellers, and all of a sudden the sellers kicked in, and and that buy imbalance got absorbed. That is bearish, and we kind of trickled down a little bit, and we kind of run back up. Persistent buying got absorbed. We closed below. I'm just not. No, no. And also, I mean, to be honest, yeah, I made a 17-point run, but you got to understand, I took a stop out earlier. I got stopped out earlier, and then I got that 17-point run. So now I'm basically break even, to be quite honest. Um, what you're seeing here is low volume. They just kind of cranked it out, but we got selling right there. The green candles are kind of solid, so we got some good delta up in there. As you can see, we got 230 delta. What I want to try and do is try to get the delta count below here. So we kind of look at that. What I would like to do, we got a 49 lot sell order that just cranked out. We're in an uptrend because what the market does, this is what the market likes to do. It will run up pre-market. We have a nice balanced area. We kind of sold off. We kind of ran up, tripped down. I mean, yeah, you want to see some good price action. We're seeing it right now. seeing some pretty decent price action. We got some resting orders up here. So, yeah, that's not good. We got some buy and balance right there. We got a little battle going on right up in this area. We got a little battle. So what you want to see in this candle right here on the order flow pulse, what you want to see right there, you want to see that green widen. That means good volume for the buy sides coming in, but you want to see those rectangles to be dark green, darker, because that means good deltas coming in. Because if you look at this, the current candle's like negative 15. There's oh that one was like 4, as you can see down in here. That was like 4 for the previous candle. Now, what I'm going to code in, I'm going to compile this right here. I'm going to compile it, and then I'm going to release it out to the public. I'm going to try and get that done tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Last night I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning to get this done, and to get the 1 minute, 30 second, 15 second, 5 second, and the live pulse. Uh, I stayed up till 1 o'clock to get that done, so I might have to, I don't know, take a nap around 2 o'clock, take a nap, and then kind of work again late and try to get this out. Um, but yeah, just got one order, and if you're trying to short this, what you want to see that you want to see a lot of sell volume, but you want to see a lot of selling coming in. You want to see that candle start widening with the volume and getting darker inside the red widening right there, like that. You want to see that to go down. Yeah, that's what you want to see. You want to see that to be able to push it down. And look at these resting orders. We got hardly anything right there. They're going to smoke that resting order, or they yanked it. So if you're in that right there, if you're in this right here, and you got this, and you're up 40 points, what you need to do is tighten up your stop. What I would do is I would put the stop like probably up in this area right here, probably up in this area right there, about 921. Because if we start trading above that, we got low volume area right there. We could drift back up here to the 33 seller. Um, let's see what happens. They got to break through this area right here. I kind of like this candle style that I developed. Because when you look at just a plain candlestick, you're not seeing the volume that's in the candle, where the volume is, where the delta is in that candle, but you can see it here. It's not a full footprint. You see what I'm talking about? This area right here, that's why the 921 was a good stop to be able to take some of your profits, because if we get past that, we got low volume, and we cranked up to this area right here. You're not going to see that in this chart right here. So what I'm thinking about later on, once I get this flushed out, this right here is going to be my main chart. This right here is going to be my main chart. And eventually what I'm going to look to code in is order executions right off of this chart. Like Chart Trader, where you can, just throw some orders in, drag your stops up, things like that. Right click to put your orders in, or your stops. That's what I would like to do, but that's going to take time. It might not be done very shortly, because I got like 3 things going on. I got this right here, the main indicator, and then I got this add-on that is being released, and I also got the DOM right here. That's already released. If you like using a DOM, you can use that. The order execution for the DOM is coming. It's coming. This is what you want to see if you're bullish. Okay. You see how we broke this area right here. So if you got up into this area right here, okay, we had a run up, we had a pull back, we kind of ran up. People want to short the highs, well, you can go ahead and short it, but you need to know, are there large participation that's supporting your theory of shorting? And there was. Once we broke this area right here, you saw those come in. You can get in around in this area. Once you saw that 33 lot kick in, realistically, you could have gotten in like at 945 up in this area. And once you push back down to this area, you want to lock in some profits, or you want to tighten up your stop, probably right here. And then once we even push down even further right here, you want to tighten your stop up to here, because if we break through this area, like I said, low volume, we're going to shoot up to here, which we did on this candle. And of course, we got some volume kicking in right here. So now all these sellers right here are getting absorbed. See money, take money. Okay, see money, take money. That's why I'm developing this candle. And I stayed up late last night to get these bubbles in for the order executions. Um, Kind of like this right here. But this right here is kind of hard to see the volume. Well, it's not hard. You just can't see the volume. Now you can see the delta right here, the full delta, but you're not seeing it inside the chart like you can see here, up in here. Um, like you can see up in here. Again, people are going to try and short the highs. What could happen is that 40, 49, 60, 33, 34, 81, right there, especially at 81, all of this is underwater, and you're seeing high volume come in. You see a little bit of delta kicking in. We got some resting orders up here. If these shorts right here have had enough, you're gonna get a small little short squeeze. Could be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 points. Who knows? We got 190 lot that just kicked off. See right there, 190 lot. We just got that kicked off. Um, these right here, they're crapping their pants right now. They're thinking, well, I gotta click the button to get out there, folks. I gotta click the button, or I'm gonna have the risk desk up my butt. I don't want the risk desk up my butt. Because there's one thing you have to understand. Now, if you're trying to do a breakout right here, y- this is not what you want to see. You want to see wide green candles and dark green inside with high positive delta to be able to keep pushing this up. But right here's the problem. You got those resting orders right there. I need to put in another column right here, and I need to code in how much of those resting orders are up there. Kind of like on the DOM. Is there any big orders up there? Yeah. Well, it just got filled. But there's like a dot that shows up with like a large resting orders, or there'll be like a red dot if it's above 50. It'll be like a red dot that shows up there. Okay. Yeah, like that right there. 170 resting order. Well, I don't know. 010. I'm not sure. It's moving too fast. Okay. You got support right here. This candle right here, you want to see large volume kicking in. You want to see those green start. You want to see that green really widen up heavy like that. You want to see some good positive delta coming in here. What I need to do is underneath this candle, I need to put the delta count right there. That's what I need to do. I'll sling the code in there to do it. That's not a problem. Okay, right here, you got some resting orders up in here. You got these sellers. You got those resting orders. You got those sellers just sitting there. Let me bring back the DOM. Maybe I can tick merge it. I can tick merge it and probably try to get some. There we go. So up there at 05, you got a 120 lot sitting there. At 010, you got a 150 lot sitting up there. You see this right here? I'm going to put that in another column, all these resting orders, like that right there, large resting orders, it's 50 or more. Right now we got 117 at 05. You got a red dot right there. That's on the DOM that I coded. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right here on this right here. I'm going to put that on there. You see how we're breaking through? So if you got in this and you saw these resting orders up here and we're selling, I mean, and we're buying like this and we're not moving up, that means they're getting absorbed, which means you need to just cut your loss. You need to take a one or 2 point winner and just cut your loss or move it to a break even plus one just to pay for commissions and slippage. Don't be taking a full daggone stop out down here. That's crazy. Don't be doing that. Don't be listening to these gurus on YouTube. I ain't no guru. I'm just some old fart that's been trading the market for 10 years. I mean, eh, don't listen to these gurus. If this market shifts and these resting orders go away and you got some large volume with high delta, you can always get back in. You can always get back in. Don't be sitting there taking a full stop out and then watch it reverse. Flatten the trade. Take a small winner, 1 or 2 points. Who cares? You know, who cares? Now, see right here, they're refreshing. Okay, they're refreshing. Normally, I trade off the DOM because that's what I've done for years. I used Jigsaw Trading. That's a fantastic company. I traded it off the DOM, and I used that for years. And I just hyper scalped off that in the mornings for about 3 hours. I take about 50 trades. I mean, that's what I did. Yep, that's what you want to see. You can always get back in. You can always get back in. Take a break even. You can always get back in. Don't be taking this heat right here and then getting scared and then taking the $300-400 loss. How much was that? You got in here and you got stopped out right here. That's about a $500 loss right there on the mini. Don't be taking that crap. Don't be listening to these gurus. I get a 2-for-1 or a 3-to-1, or I'll take a full stop out. I let the trade breathe and work. I don't care. I don't care. That's not how I trade. Capital preservation. I've been trading the markets before the fake prop firms like Top Step have been out. I remember when Top Step first came out. I got one of their accounts, traded it. I was like, all right. And then I was like, wait a minute. This crap has rules? There's rules? What? When I started trading, I've been trading before the micros even came out. And boy, did I blow a couple of accounts. As a software engineer, I had a 6-figure income. So what I just did was I just kind of, see, you got absorption right there. Got absorption right there. If you came in here and let's say you came in here, let's say you got in here, you saw this and you got out for a break even or a negative one. Then you saw that buy and bounce right there, and then you decided to get back in, and then you kind of took another small loss. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I will I will take 2 or 3 break evens or a few tick loss. I will do that because what I'm looking for is a nice 50-point runner. This is kind of hard because look how far we've already gone. I mean, we come way up here, traveled way down here. ATR is at 30, but ATR is at 30. Um, you got all these resting orders up in here, so it'd be kind of hard. You got all those resting orders right there, and that 53 lot didn't get nowhere. They got absorbed, and when you see that, don't be taking a stupid full stop out. That's it. Don't be taking a full stop out. Just cut the trade. You're wrong. Cut it. Yeah, the DOM, you have to go to new. If you click on new, it'll be right there at the very bottom under Strategy Builder, OFB DOM, if you installed it. Uh, I need to Um, I've downloaded the DOM, but do not see it on the indicators list. It's not going to be on the list, on the indicators list. It's an add-on, and add-ons are not going to show on the list. The other indicators do. Those are indicators. The DOM is an add-on. So if you go to your main chart, see if I can bring this up here. You go to your main chart, click on new. You'll see right there OFB DOM if you installed it. You want to install it kind of like you did on the other ones. Go to tools and then go to import and then click on new. And that OFB DOM should be there. I know someone yesterday said that they're really enjoying the DOM, so it's able to be installed. I need to jump on my other laptop, my Windows laptop, and run through it. Also, you need level 2. Uh, yeah, we've got some buyers up in here. Um, not much is, we have some buyers up in here. They're just trying to grind through. So if we run up here, you want to see the green starting to widen to be able to break through these resting orders. Right now, they're not getting much of anywhere. They're really trying to push this market up. 43 lot that kicked off. But we got some resting orders up in here. Uh, if you're trying to buy the high right there, you probably got to stop out. Trying to buy the high right there, you got another stop out. There's probably two break evens or two small losses. And then if you tried to catch this one, which you might have gotten frustrated and said forget this. I mean, if you tried to catch that 94 right there and you got in right here and you're up here, that's like you probably got 15 points. That's $300 right there. That should cover these break evens or 1 to 2 tick losses right up in here. But that's what you want to see, because when you came up here, that large buyer right there, and then we started working on this candle, and that got absorbed. It couldn't break through. So when you see that, and we can't break through these resting orders, if you see that, you need to just cut the trade. Now, sometimes it will happen. It happens to me. You're getting absorbed. The green candle's widening. It's kind of hollow, so it's kind of like a neutral delta, or not very high delta, and it's not moving anywhere. And then you're like, man, this is not moving. We're getting absorbed. Then you cut it, then it pops. I mean, that happens. That's just trading. It happens. Right here, that 53 lot, right up in here, we got absorbed. Right up in here, we got absorbed. Okay. Um, then right here, right here at this 94 lot, you might could have gotten yourself some a little bit. Um, that 43 and 51 is feeling the heat right now. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. You want to see a 43 lot, take some heat, and you got that 46 up there, that buyer right there. This 51 lot right here, that 51, that's one execution, that's one order, that 51 lot. What you want to do is when you break this area, you can use that 46 as support. So if you come down here, you probably want to cut the trade, and then you got yourself a quick little scalp, because probably about another $300 right there. Um, what you're seeing right here is you're seeing a 43 lot and a 51 lot, uh, getting caught, and they're cutting it, and that's what you're seeing right here. Okay. There we go. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I just had to do something real quick. Hey there, 8660. I guess DMH 8660. Let me know if you got that installed. Let me know if you have level two. Um, orderforfarms.com. Yeah, the site's up and running, so the server is able to check the hard coded license key in that prototype. What I'm going to start doing is start testing all of this on my other laptop. I've got a another laptop. It's got a few years old. I just need to throw Ninja Trader on there and actually test it, see how it works. Because I'm running parallels um, for Ninja Trader. Boy, they are punishing these shorts. The shorts are getting crushed. You had that 51 lot, got squeezed. The 65 is probably thinking, man, did I make a bad decision? You got that 43 lot that says, ah. See, you see, we ain't the only ones that try to short a strong market. We ain't the only ones. And this 43 and this 51, that's one order that got executed, okay? That's not like me programming and order slicing, like 40 or 50 orders that happen within like 200 milliseconds or something. Yeah, that's just one order. At 51, one order, one execution, one at 180, one execution. And I'm reading that data from Rhythmic, so that comes from the CME. That's just one execution. I haven't even programmed in order slicing and how to check for order slicing. Uh, so, all right. Thanks there, DMH. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I've really squeeze them shorts. Make them run for the door, baby. Punish them, mother lovers. Just remember, what goes up must come down. Um, what was I just thinking? Oh, uh, yeah. Sorry about. I mean, I gotta apologize not for getting a video out there, showing you how to install this, how to use it, how to run it. Uh, I mean, big corporations got that. Oh, squeeze them mother lovers. Squeeze them. Um, it's just me. It's just me, and I got a wife and a kid, so it's just me. I'm staying up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, coding stuff, trying to get this stuff done. Uh, it's getting to the point where I think next week, this weekend, possibly, I'll be able to sit down and really start doing educational videos. Now that most of this is running, because in software development, what you really need in software development is just a minimal viable product, a MVP, a minimal viable product. It doesn't have to have all the bells and whistles or work perfectly solid. It's just a minimal viable product where the client, because I've been doing software development for like 15 years, and I did a lot of contract work. I worked for Booz Allen Hamilton, uh, and I also worked for other large corporations. But um, like the last big project I was on with Booz Allen Hamilton was working with FEMA, Federal Emergency Management. Um, and we were refactoring all their stuff for the emergency system. And believe it or not, they just basically the project manager says we just need an MVP and show the client that this can be done. And that is a minimal viable product. And we showed it to them. And they're like, "Yep, we kind of like it. Let's run with it." So, and that's what I'm trying to do here is I just need a MVP, a minimal viable product that people can use that can take trades, pass evals, get get some funded accounts, get some payouts, teach a little bit as I'm streaming. And once I have a minimal viable product, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles as all this other crap, which is fine. That's fine. I mean, this right here, I'm not trying to compete with Bookmap. Bookmap is a multi-million-dollar company with a team of developers. I'm one person. There ain't no way in heck I can compete with them. Okay. Now, if NinjaTrader hired me and they're like, "Hey, you're going to be our senior lead developer," then yeah, then I got some juniors, some mids, other seniors. Then we can all work together and we'll smoke them. Um, but it's just me slinging the code right now, talking to AI every now and then. But you gotta be careful with AI. AI will give you a piece of code. And boy, that 35 short's getting squeezed too. Also, there was another short in there. I can't tell, but I can tell by like right here. I can tell like that 35 lot. That was pretty big delta because it was pretty solid. Then we had another circle right there, which is this little rectangle right there that's kind of wide, more selling volume, and then kind of low negative delta. And if we look over here onto here, well, yes, it was negative 15 delta. I need to put the delta right underneath the candles here. If it's negative, it's going to be underneath the candle. If it's positive, it could be up here. I don't know. I got to be careful because this chart right here, uh, yesterday you saw the live pulse where the bubbles get updated every 100 millisecond. Um, this is a little bit different. Also, I got to be careful. There for a while, I was pushing NinjaTrader to its limits because it uses C sharp and it uses garbage collection and uh, Let me try to move this around to see if, yeah, so it's a little laggy, and because I'm pushing it to its limits, people, pushing it to its limits. There's more stuff. I need to, um, I fixed some of the threading issues, so it works pretty good. There's just some stuff I need to think about because some of this stuff is like the past history stuff right here. It kind of goes back, kind of went back to 832. I need to. I mean, that's like 2 hours ago. Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, I know exactly where it is in the code. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I mean, let's be honest. Do we really give a crap about what happened in the past hour when we're looking at the heat map right here? Okay, when we're looking at the heat map, possibly not. And I could uh, flush out like past hour and only have just like 60 minutes. Because if you really need to see the big picture, you can look at it right here. This works fine. The big picture you can see right here. Okay, you can have that off to the side, or you can have a 5 minute like I do. You can have a 5 minute chart right here. See, I got a 5 minute chart and I'm looking at the big picture. I got a 5 minute chart and I'm looking at the big picture. Right now, the big picture is telling me these shorts are getting squeezed. That's what that's telling me. The big picture is you shorts are wrong. Um, was it 10:30? Yeah, I'd be careful about getting trying to short this market because for one, you've got 180 and 200 lots sitting right there. They're going to possibly defend that money. They're going to defend that money. It's like 400 lots right there. They possibly have already taken a little bit of profits. Probably what you're seeing a little trickle down. Who knows? But then you got to also think about this. You got the 190, 130, 53, 94. You got this area right here. So you got to think about that. You got that area right there. You got them shorts that got squeezed. So if we break this area, maybe we'll come down to this area right here. Oh, come on. Oh, well. So you got a 49 buyer up there. So, hey, it is what it is. Um, that's what you have right there. That's what you have right there. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. Is this 100, 180, 200? I'm looking at that for support, and then if we break that, this is the next area for support for. Uh, but they would have to, in order to short this, they'd have to break through that about them 400 lots right there. They have to break through that 400 right there, and then the 190, 130. That right there is about 500 right there, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. That would be 200. That would be 180. About another about four, yeah, roughly about 500, 475, 500. That's that area right there. And this is the thing you have to think about. I mean, the kind of money that they're dealing with and those bubbles are just one contracts. I haven't even coded in order slicing. Um, I mean, you got 400 contracts at $20 per point. That's 8,000 points. So if you move 20 points, that's $160,000 right there. So that's the kind of money that we're dealing with right here in this area. You're looking at 500, so you're looking at like quarter million, half a million, right up in this area. So, yeah. So what I would like to do, and I thought about this last night, what I would like to do with this is these bubbles right here. When you see 200, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. But when you see like a real large order, like over 100 or 200, what I would like to do, because these institutions do what's called order slicing. They might take like like 100 lot and just execute that, and that gets executed, and the market makers are able to fill that because these institutions they trade on a different level than we do. They trade off of each other, so they might be like a buy order of like 100, and then they're like, oh yeah, I got another institution that's willing to sell that to you, so they just plop that right in there, and the market maker matches them 2 up. They're like a matchmaker, matches them up. But sometimes with that 100 lot, what they'll do is an institution will be like, okay, I want to do 10 volume 10 times and do that within like 100, 200 milliseconds. So that's what the market makers will do. They'll just throw that in there and be like, okay, we'll just do 10 by 10. So we'll just do one order for this institution. We'll just do 10 volume 10 times. That right there is called order slicing. And what I would like to do is, let's say this 200 lot right there. Let's say the 200 lot right there was was 10 orders 20 times. So that would be 200. What I would like to do is be able to put in here underneath that 200, kind of like under the 200, put like I don't know 10, like 10x. So you know it was multiple times, but kinda like do it where, kinda like where, I got distracted, like X10, so you kinda know it was kinda order slicing and only have it coded in there, like, within 100 milliseconds, or 200 milliseconds at max that the orders be filled. I don't have the trade IDs, so I can't tell if it's one institution doing that order slicing. I'm not privileged to that information. Um, Now the institutions are privileged, but we are not. That's what happens. Oh. Yeah, if you want to try and catch along, you can probably, if we can get down in this area right here, that'd probably be like up here and kind of pull back. But you're gonna need, just because you get this area, you just don't sit there and throw in buy orders. You need confirmation for that, and the confirmation is a big dog stepping in. Once you see a big order step in, a long order, and you're looking at the heat map here, and you're looking at the candle being formed, and the volume is kicking in, and the delta's kicking in, that is confirmation, and then you can go. So that's what I'm looking at. We're slowly trying to break that area. I wonder if they're going to break it. If they break that area, we could possibly come down here. I'm not saying that's an area to short. I mean, if you wanted to try and short it, you need like a stacked sell imbalance for one. And second of all, you're counter trend trading, and that can be dangerous. Right now, on the 5 minute, we've got a sell imbalance because I have that tick merged. Right here, on a 5 minute, we've got a sell imbalance. So there's more sellers than buyers up there at 062. But the problem with that is they just got absorbed because we're moving back up. This is a 5 minute, so you got to keep your eye on that. And a little persistent selling. These are indecision candles, so you should not be making a decision. At least I don't. Um, and if we look at this, you got resting orders at 044 down here. At 044, you got some resting orders, which is like up in this area. You got resting orders there at 25044. So 044, you got some large resting orders there. I don't know how much. I need to code that in on create another column, code that in. Um, Okay, so what we have here is we had a nice buy area right up in here. We had some large buying, about 400 contracts buying up in here. And then we had a 51 lot. And this is what I like to see. Even the small orders like that, we had, and this is what the market does. It tries to find value, then it'll consolidate like this. Is just a balance, just an auction going on. This is just a balanced market. And then it'll try to find more value. Either it'll try to find it to the downside or to the upside. So it broke and it found it to the upside, more value. Okay. So the value was to the upside. This is what I like to see. And this is a trade, a valid trade. We got a 60 lot that kicked off there, and with the sell and balance that kind of came and gone. Persistent selling right there. You see the little purple dot? That's persistent selling. What you need to see is over here on the heat map. You need to see these bids kind of getting scared and running, kind of drifting away. But you want to see uh, these bars getting wide, red bars getting wide. What you want to see is light volume, kind of like what we're seeing now. But you want to see some of these large, wide red bars show up telling me sellers are stepping in and pushing it down. And well, we need more. We need more red, or we ain't getting it, and we're not getting it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't try to short this market. No. Pick another day. If you want to go short, pick another day. I'm getting ready to go over a trade, a valid trade. But if you're trying to short this market, pick another day. We got a 43 lot right here and a 51 lot. This is what I like to see, and this is a nice valid trade. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this because we kind of have it. I'm looking at it right here, so I kind of know. That's why I developed this bubble profile, is to tell me where these orders, the large orders, are. So I can kind of look over here and see, but I kind of want to see over here. I need to change the logic of this a little bit and go off of its own in the settings, but let me not get sidetracked here. So let's look at this. This is a valid trade, very valid trade. We had large buying up in here. So you got all that for support right here. You had 43 lot that kicked off one order of 43 contracts that kicked off, but we closed above it. That 43 lot is underwater. Not a whole lot of money, but it is underwater. Then you have 46 kick in. So this is a valid trade, and we are definitely in an uptrend. We are above the VWAP. We're above like moving averages, non-EMA. Guarantee you, we're sloping upwards. And we're above the non-EMA. I can almost guarantee you. The 43 lot is underwater. We closed above it. That's what you want to see. So you get in on the break of that right there. You got 51 lot that kicked in, but once you break that, you got about 100 contracts right there, and then you're looking for a squeeze on them. And where's your stop? Where your stop could be down here at the low, or it could be right down here at this low right here, and you're looking for the break right here. So you're looking for the break, and you come up here, you get a little doji candle with the 65 sell order, and then we're trading below right here, so you could possibly get out. If you get in here, your stop could be down here at about 20 points. And if you get in, let's say you get out here at about 25, that's a $500 trade on a mini. So that's about a $500 trade right there. Are you looking to get this whole move from here to here for 140 points? If you get it, good job. Fantastic. If not, if you're trying to just build an account, build an eval, or you got a funded account and you're looking to get a payout, take your base hits, people. Do not be looking for runners. Take your best hits. Take your small stop outs and let this run for you for about 25 points and book yourself $500 on a funded account. Then move to an eval, trade an eval, or do something. Once you get some profits booked, switch to another account if you have it, and then go for it. Right here, the 65 that got squeezed, and we kind of moved up. But you kind of have to feel it. I don't like that because that's like a doji that tells me indecision, because we could easily came down here and tested this area right here. But this is a solid trade that I look for, and if you look at a video of mine, I think it's 2 minutes sweet spot or something like that. It goes off of how to find absorbed or trap sellers. And in this instance, trap sellers. How do you find a trap seller? Well, you got a 43 lot that kicked off and we closed above it. We didn't make a lower low below it on this candle. We closed above it. Okay, that's great. Now, if it made a big, huge wick down here, then no, cut it. It's not A plus setup. But this is an A plus setup because we didn't make a lower low past that 43. They got absorbed and we traded up here. This candle, once this candle forms, you're looking for the break of that high right there, or you start trading above that 46 with good volume coming in off of the pulse add-on right here. So, and that low right there did not break this. Okay, so once we break that high, you get yourself 25 points and be good for the day. That's a solid trade. And here's the thing. Let's say you sat here and waited for this trade the whole time. That happened at 10:20. So you basically had to wait roughly 1 hour to get one good trade for $500. Most new traders are impatient and they want to try and trade this area right here. Okay. That's why I'm kind of like not into streaming because I know if I get more people watching me, there's gonna be people be like, well, why don't you trade? Why don't you trade and spend an hour? You ain't done a single trade. That's because I'm sitting and waiting. Being a scalper, being a day trader is not just clicking buttons all the time and taking 50 trades. I mean, yeah, I've done that, but I did that off the DOM when I traded the Jigsaw trading platform, traded off the DOM. And trust me, after about 2 hours of doing that, your brain is fried and you're just mentally and physically drained. At least I was. Um, they tried and trade this whole area right here, and this is just you gotta let the institutions in the market tell you what's happening for the day, and sometimes that takes 15 minutes. You know, so there are some people that wait for the orb, the open range breakout. You know, they just sit and wait. I usually sit on my hands and sit and wait. What does this tell me? 36 lot. Well, it ran up, but then it kind of came back down. These buyers that got absorbed. That 174 lot that got absorbed. It came down here. That 70 that kicked in. I remember when we were streaming. I said when I was streaming, I said, "Hey, I need a big lot like 100 200 order come in as support so I can try and short this market." Well, it didn't happen. Okay, so we ran up. Still no trade. Well, actually, I did trade. But, I can't remember exactly where I traded. It was right here. We broke that 174 on this candle, so I got in and got me a quick 17 points. Okay, that's fine. That was more of a risky trade, okay, and I had to read the, order pulse here to really take that trade. Uh, this right here, saw the shorts come in. It's not a valid trade to go long because you need the if you saw these right here and you saw a big green candle, then yeah, you want to try to get in, get that squeeze out of them. You had 190, 130 lot. Like I said, you could probably try to take this, but why take the heat on this? Once it got absorbed, because we saw it get absorbed on the heat map, cut the trade. Take a 2 point winner, cut it, or move to a break even. Just cut it. You're getting absorbed, and you saw that on the heat map. And then the 94 came up here. We finally broke through. We finally broke through. And if you got in on that because it finally broke through and it wasn't getting absorbed, good job. What you could do on that 43 lot, once we absorbed that 43 lot and we closed above, that's a valid trade. If you got in down here, you're already green. You see this, you add to it right here. You add to it, you get your cost average up a little bit. So instead of being in one lot, now you're in two lots and you can get yourself a nice 25-point run. So that's how the game's played, but you have to sit and wait. You have to sit and wait for a whole hour. You can be a one-trick pony and make a pretty decent living trading off of these little trap sellers right here. By the plan that I taught is look for it sloping upwards. You're above the VWAP. I don't have the VWAP on, but I guarantee you we're sloping upwards. We're above the VWAP. Trade those trapped sellers, but look for confirmation that they are trapped. Like I said, green candle closed above the low, the previous candle. We didn't trade below it. If you kind of spike down just a little bit and then you trade back up, you got to read the tape. If we kind of move down below, but then we kind of push up really fast, you're like, okay, that's good. That's a good sign. This candle here did not trade below this, so it's still valid. Get in on the break of that and get yourself a 25-point run. You had to sit there and wait for 1 hour to get one trade. Fantastic. Fantastic. Awesome. How much heat did you take? Hardly any. Any heat right here. Hardly any. Even even if you got from here to here, you took a 15 point heat, maybe negative $300, and you got yourself a $500 winner. But you probably didn't take any heat, to be quite honest. If I go back and really look at the stream, you probably got in here and then just boom. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know why I didn't explain that, or if I did, I don't remember. Uh, yeah, seller. getting absorbed. Right here, seller, getting absorbed. Sell imbalance, getting absorbed. Sell imbalance with persistent selling, getting absorbed. I would not try to short this market for anything today.
Mm.
So I have a buy and bounce up here, and if you and right now we had persistent selling right there. At buy and bounce, if you get a little pop, just protect your profits. If you come up here to about 135, you're gonna get a little bit of resistance up there. So if we do make it up there, what you got to do is just move up your tight stuff. Like what I would do right now, I'm not in this trade because I was in the middle of doing something else. Um, Yeah, if you get up here, you need to move to a break even or sell some, move to a plus one, things like that. That's what I do. But look at the heat map here. Look at the heat map and see where we're going. We need you got some selling volume right there. If we trade below that right there, probably around 122, yeah, just cut it. Take it. Don't let a winner turn into a loser. Okay, that's wow, I was typing that. This is what you want to see. So if you got in right here on this imbalance area, which was I don't know, weekend up here, I think. I'm not sure. I think it was. So if you got in up here, you got some profits. You came back. You might have sold have moved to a break even. You didn't get stopped out, but this is what you want to see. This is what you want to see right here. You want to see those bars really wide that are green. That's telling me high volume, high positive volume. You got some support down in here. You got some buyers that are ready to go. Of course, they could be spoofing. Who knows? Um, but then you got right up in here. You got some dark green up there. That's telling me some good positive delta. Let's look over here. Yeah, 105 delta on that bar. So you got some positive delta. That positive delta was up here. You're not going to see it on this bar right here just because, well, it's not there. Uh, it's not there. Yeah. This is what you want to see right here. This is the kind of stuff you want to see. Um, I want to try and get this to be my main chart to trade off of. Um, yeah, that's what I want to try and do. Try to get this to be my main chart and then kind of have this over there to the side, maybe on a 5 minute. kind of like this on a 5 minute, kind of like this 5 minute right here. I like this 5 minute right here. This is pretty nice. You can see the overall. Uh, you can see the overall market of what's going on. Overall market of what is going on. Let's look at the profile. Right now, we are way up here. This electronic trading hours right here. We got a point of control down here. This is for electronic trading hours. You can switch over here. That's what you want to see. Big green. That's positive delta, and it's pretty high right there. That's what you want to see. I don't know what it's at, like 203, 200 delta. That's what you want to see. Uh, that's price line volume profile. Let's switch over to that. Let's go to RTH, real time hours. Let's go to real time hours and see what that is. So we got real time hours right here. This is 9:30 on. Yeah, you got the point of control up here. So we're trading above the point of control. That is all right up in there. Yeah, it's definitely bullish today. I wouldn't be trying to short this market at all. I mean, you got persistent buying up there. You got a sell. I'm sorry, you got a buy imbalance. If they get absorbed and we start trading below, yeah, but we're it's strong. It's strong. The market's strong. The market's strong. You got some resting orders up there around 165 resting. And right here, these pre-market buyers right here were telling the story of we want to try and push this up. And I was thinking if we get them down below here, we could get them to squeeze out and capitulate and be like, I'm done. But that didn't happen. They want to run it up. Yeah, so they're getting absorbed a little bit. So we might get a slight pullback. Be careful if you're counter trend trading, you're trying to short uptrending market. You better know what you're doing. Bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. If you already made some profits, just be done. Just be done. It's 11 o'clock. If you've already made some decent profits, just be done for the day. Come back tomorrow. If you're up $500, just be done for the day. Get off the stream, get off the trading platform, just be done. Shut it down. Grind those accounts up. See, I wouldn't try and short this. I mean, because you have support right here. Could you scalp yourself like 10 points? Sure. But it's not worth it. In my honest opinion, it's not worth it. And the reason that it's not worth it is because let's say you come down here and you have a large buyer step in and push it right back up. I mean, look what's been going on. All these sellers got absorbed and pushed up. You got all this large buying area right there. Large buying area right there. So we're making higher highs, higher lows. I mean, why would you try and short a market like that and be counter trend trading? So many people will come up here and say, "Well, it can't go no higher, so I'm gonna short it." That's their trading plan. "Can't go no higher, so I'm gonna short it." That's their trading plan. Alright, what we have here. So we don't have any participation up in this area right here. We don't see any large participation playing anymore. So we could be either they're gonna hold this area or they're gonna just trickle it down, who knows? But, we had some good participation right here, and we got a lack of participation, uh, from 10:50 on. So about past 20 20 minutes, we've not had any large participation, which is fine because you should have made your money in the morning. I got a quick little scalp right there. It was kinda hard to tell people I got in just because that area, and then right here, you had this area right here, uh where they were getting those buyers were getting absorbed, and then we kinda pushed down, and then once they broke through on this candle right here on that 94 lot, they had 43 and a 51 try to sell it, and then they got squeezed out. So if that's the only trade you took, you got yourself a nice 25 points. I mean, it's not like a 50, $100 day. I mean, 50, 100 point day, but you're not gonna always get that. That's the thing. You're not always gonna get that. You gotta take what the market's gonna give you, and you have to be patient and wait. Sit and wait. You can be a one trick pony and wait for 2 hours and take 1 to 2 trades and make a pretty good trading career. A lack of participation. They could be, getting ready to go out to lunch. So, uh, yeah, tomorrow's what? Tomorrow's Thursday? Yeah, I'll be streaming again at 9:15 tomorrow. Uh, a little persistent buying right there didn't pay off very much. It's slowly trickling down. I normally like to only trade the first 2 to 3 hours and call it a day. Right here, I thought for sure these buyers right here were gonna get caught and we were gonna go short. See all these buyers right here, all those green bubbles, all those buyers right there? I thought for sure when I saw that 70 lot kick off, I thought for sure we were gonna go for a nice 100-point run, and I was wrong. That's why I do remember when we were streaming, when we were right here, I said, "I need a big order come in for support." When I say big order, I'm talking 100, 200, and I need the delta to be building up to the negative and then try to go short. Uh, but that didn't happen. Look at that. Just nice up. Now we're just kind of trickling down. But what are you seeing? You have some participation right here. 930, participation right here, participation right here. A lot of buyers wanted to push it up. They got absorbed up in this area a little bit. Then they finally broke through the resting orders. And of course, you had a couple shorts there get caught, and you could easily have taken that's a valid trade right there on Trap Trader and get yourself about 25 points. You're not looking for the whole move. If you come up here, you get 25 points, and you sell a contract, and you got one left. Good, break even. Try to get yourself a runner and try to get that 100 point. I mean, how big a move was that? That was roughly about 75 points. They get about self a nice 50-point run, maybe. You're not going to get the whole pie. You just want a piece of the pie. And if you're trading like one mini, you can easily trade a handful of micros, get that 25-point pop, sell half, move to a break even, try to get you 50 points on another uh, two micros. I mean that right there would be like a $200 winner. Added on top of the other two contracts that you got for that, it'll probably be like $200-300 day for you. Just trading a handful of micros. If you're trading minis and you start taking heat and you're getting uncomfortable, that's your psychological mind telling you you're in too heavy. That's your psychological mind telling you you're in too heavy. Once you take a little bit of heat and you're like, that's your mind telling you you're in too heavy. You need to size down, jump down to a handful of micros. I'm not a prop firm farmer that's going to teach you be like, oh, you got a trap seller right here, hold port and get yourself 25 points. Um, I mean, if you did that, let's say you got 25 points times 20, that's like $500. And let's say you go in let's say Bullnox can do 7 contracts, you do 7 contracts, that's $3,500. Boom, passed. Okay, if you got a bunch of evals and you want to do that, go for it, run it. Okay, I'm not going to teach that, and I don't want to do that. And the reason for that is I want to try and teach people to read the market and be consistent. I want you to be consistent. Pass these evals, get a funded account, grind up that funded account, get a payout. Let's say you get a $500 payout. Take some of that money, go open an account, go open a personal account. Don't trade it, just go open it, or save that money and just keep doing. Or go open an account with like somebody like Ninja Trader, um, and just trade one micro and just grind it up for like 25, $50. Just grind it up. Do your evals, get the funded accounts, get a payout, grind it up, get a payout. Let's say you get a $500, $1,000 payout. Take some of that money, throw it into your personal funded account. Keep trading one micro. Use these fake prop firms to build your capital. Learn how to trade the way I'm trying to teach people, learn how to trade, be consistent with it, get your emotions under control, get your tilt under control. I tilt and I'm going to tilt while I'm on stream. It's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be like, that's it. I'm tilted. I'm walking away. And I will walk away for a few minutes and come back. If I can't get my emotions under control, then I won't cut the stream, but more than likely I'll just cut my trade and I won't trade. Because I've been trading for 10 years and I know once you tilt, it's not good. Revenge trading. It's a good way to blow an account. Um, but take some of these profits, grind your accounts up, pass the evals, grind up the funded accounts, take that money, throw it into a personal account. That's what I do. Because I've been trading for over 10 years. I could trade a personal account, and I like trading a personal account because for one, let's say I get a winner. Let's say I get a winner, I get a nice 50, 100 point run, and I take all of it. I don't give a flying crap about a consistency rule of 30% consistency and blah, blah, blah. You don't have to deal with that crap in a personal account. These prop firms are designed for you to fail. That's all they're designed for. In a personal account, my money, my rules. You got some stupid rules that blow your personal account, that's your problem. But that's what I would suggest people to do. If you want to try to full port like an A plus setup right here, 43 lot seller got squeezed. We traded above it. We didn't break low. We didn't even break half that candle. And then we got another 51 lot trying to get in there. And you you get in on break it up, put your stop down here, and you got yourself 25 points. If you want to full port that, be my guest. Because what that's going to do to you psychologically, what that's going to do to you is it's going to be like, oh, another A plus setup. Oh, I can full port this and pass another eval. Then all of a sudden you blow it. Or you try to do it with a funded account and you blow up a funded account. And then you blame me, be like, oh, your A plus setup suck. I think um but be consistent. And here's the thing. You can go back on tick replay, what is it called? Playback. You can go on playback. You can go on playback and play this back. Just download the data, play it back on this candle right here. Play on this indicator. Play it back for like a week. You will see trades like this set up constantly throughout the week. Even if you get 1 or 2 a day, that's awesome. Sit there and wait for 2 hours. If you got 2 hours of trades, sit there and wait. Don't be taking trades, clicking buttons all the time. Sit there and wait. And take that A plus setup and get yourself like 10, 20, 50 points. Try to get yourself a runner. If you can do that, lack of participation from the institutions, I don't see any large orders. And I say institutions because retail traders cannot throw in 200 contracts into the market. That's Citadel, BlackRock, Goldman. That's them boys doing that. Retail traders in the futures market is 5%. 5%. We're nothing. We're absolutely nothing. And if you're trading fake prop firms, you're not even trading the market. You're nothing. If you trade a personal account, yes, you are. But also, here's another thing what people need to understand is with these prop firms, they're designed for you to fail. That's why they got these crazy rules. They're designed for you to fail. They tell you, oh, you got a $50,000 account to trade with. BS. BS. Because you have your drawdowns. Let's say, I think it's Bullnox 2,500. Your drawdown's 2,500. Okay. Once you hit 2,500, you're blown up. Account's gone. You're not trading a $50,000 account. You're trading a $2,500 account. That's what you're trading. And you need to size your orders like a $2,500 account to learn how to be consistent and trade it. if you don't have a whole lot of money and you got like a couple evals, do not be trading the minis. Trade one micro. I, you're not looking to make a profit. What you're looking to do is to survive and learn how to be consistent. And let's say you lose $25, lose $50. Okay, that's fine. You have to make quite a few bad decisions to be a $50 stop out on average, or I say $100 stop out on average. You got to make 25 bad trades, 25 bad trades to drain it, to blow it up. Now, in between that, you're going to be making some decent trades, so it's going to go up and down, up, down, up, down. My P&L goes up, down, up, down. It's just it. But as long as it's gradually going up, I'm cool with it. I know what my stats are. I don't trade after 12 o'clock because I suck. Um, but that's what you need to do. Get an eval. Let's say 90% Bullnox eval. You get one. You sit there and sling one micro. You're not looking to pass it. You're not looking to make a profit. What you are looking to do is to learn and how to trade these setups. Learn how to trade these setups. Read the market. This trade that I took that got 17 points is kind of I couldn't walk people through it because I was just in it at the time. But understand that, okay, we're at 190, we're up here. We got a 130 lot that kicked off, but you're looking at the book right here, and you're like, okay, we got some asks sitting, we got resting orders sitting there, and we were grinding up. We couldn't break through. They were getting absorbed. Okay, and you saw that on the heat map. They were getting absorbed. That's why we kind of went down. When you saw them getting absorbed and you're in and you're seeing that absorption, get out. Don't get out right away. But if you see it, you might want to tighten up your stop, and instead of taking a full stop out, you might want to take like 2 or 3 point stop out, because if it gets absorbed, it's going to come down here, and then right here you take some heat. Right here, you take some heat and you're down $600 and you're like, oh my crap, I got to cut this. You cut it and then it moves back up to break even. Then you're like, oh my God, if I just would have held it, I would have been at the break even. And then your emotions go tilt. You're not thinking straight. Yeah. But if you trade a micro, that would be $60, not $600. That would be $60. You're still in the game. You got to make quite a few bad decisions to blow a stinking account. Let's say you make a good trade right here and you get this one. And let's say you go from here to here and you get like 50. Let's say you make 30 points. Let's say you make 30 points. You don't get the whole move, but you make 30 points on one micro. Boom. You got yourself $60. Okay, great. You're not looking to make a profit. You're basically looking to break even and to survive and keep in the market to trade. I had a hard time because when I was first trading, I put in $2,000-$3,000, and micros weren't even they weren't even in the market. Micros weren't even a thing then. And I had to sling the minis. Holy smokes, did I have to learn capital preservation. And then when micros came out, it was awesome. By the time micros came out, I was good to go. But when micros came out, I was thinking, man, if I only had that when I was learning, I wouldn't have blown like thousands of dollars and have to blow an account, go back, blow the account, go back. As a software engineer, I was able to do that. This is what you want to see. You got some light volume up here, but right up in here in this candle, right here, this candle right here, that basically kind of looks like a hammer right there. This candle's not a hammer, but the volume is. Look at that wide green volume. Hardly any selling in there. You don't have any large resting orders. Now you got some large resting orders, so you need to see if you got some absorption and you're breaking through that. You got resting order up here at around 010. 010, you probably got some resting orders up there. But let's say you get in on the break of this right here because you saw that green kind of traded down here. We didn't break this area. Let's say you get in here. You get in here, your stop's down here, because if you lose all that volume, that support of that volume is going to go back down pretty quickly. Now, let's say you get yourself like 8 points, lock in, break even, take a little bit off the table, see if you can get yourself a runner. This is how, and do it with the micro, do it with the micro. That's how you play the game. And then you'll start learning, like, oh, this is another trade setup that I can do. Let's see if we got any more back here. Kind of like this one. You got some large volume up in there, dark green. You got some good delta up in there. You can probably try throw in the micros, see, and put your stop down here. If you trade below this, more than likely you're going down to this area. Trade a micro, get yourself about 5 points. Make yourself about $10. Just slowly build it up. And then you can start taking these trades like that. Then you can start taking these trades and go from here to here for about 15 points and make yourself $300 on a mini. That's the way to do it. But for right now, stick with the micro and make $30. Learn how to trade. That's the key, folks. That's the key. What I want to do with this, it's 11:28. Let me I got to pick up the kid. I got to leave at 11:40. I got to go pick up the kid. The wife is over helping my mom. I'm gonna have to cut the stream in about 5-10 minutes. And I'll be back at it again at 9:15. You know, this is kind of like what you want to see. Now, see right here, we got in here. Let's say you got in here. Let's say you're losing this area right here. You're losing this area right there. Just get out. Take a small winner. Just get out. Learn to get your base hits. Get your base hits. Get a little pop. Maybe go in 2 micros. You got yourself a pop up here. You sell 1 micro, and then you kind of move your stop down here. Then we got this big volume area with green. Move your stop right here, and then you got stopped out right here. No big deal. If the market shoots up and makes new highs, who cares? Learn off the micros and build those accounts up. And here's the thing. And this is how you can grind up an account using a micro and switch to a mini. Grind up an account. It might take you a couple weeks. Grind it up to about $300-400. Then on an A+ setup, if you feel like doing 5 micros, jump in. Start building a buffer for yourself. Jump in 5 micros. Build up that buffer again. Let's say you're up to $500. Now you're thinking, okay, great trade. Go shoot for a mini. Try to get yourself a good $500,000 winner. That'll be awesome. But once that count starts and you start slinging the minis, and you take a couple losses, you might want to jump down to micros and grind it back up, get back in the game. You got to keep that account in the game. And if you get 90% off and you pay like $15-20 for a Bullnox account or Apex or whatever you do, let's say you're paying $25 a month. Hey, stick with it. Who cares? Don't try to pass it in a month. That $25 is your tuition to learn. Think of it that way. It's your tuition to learn. Within a few months, you'll be slinging some funded accounts around. We got a large order that came in. That was about a 40 lot. We got another bubble behind that. So that's probably 94. That says 40, but there's another large bubble. So that's probably another 54. That's 94. That was that bubble right there. The logic I wrote for the heat map is a little bit different. Pretty much the same, but a little bit different. Here's the thing. We got like a little bull flag forming. Those large sellers right there, if they start taking some heat and you don't see any large resting orders, they could get squeezed. if you jump in here and you get this pop, you want to move to a break even because right up in this area is your resistance. Right up in this area is your resistance. And what you want to do is you want to see this candle right here getting larger. You want to see it getting wider. In this area right here, you want to see it getting wider. You do not want to come and break down below this. You do not want, like I said, you don't want to break down below this. Wider. You want to see it get wide. You want to see it get wide. You got some resting orders right there. You got some resting orders right there. Resting orders, resting orders. So let's see what the resting orders are. Resting orders. Let's jump it up to 20. Okay, so right now, what you see right now is 20 resting orders right there. 20 resting orders. Let's jump it to 15. Okay. You can jump that to 15. We got bin 4, it's 4 ticks. So every bar is 1 tick because I tick merged it. You don't have to tick merge it, but I do. And the reason I do is because I've been trading NQ for years and this thing trades like a hyped up squirrel in Red Bull. Hyped up squirrel in Red Bull looking for a nut. And that's why I tick merge it. I just tick merge it to 4. So each bar is just 1 tick. I like to do that with NQ because NQ is really squirrely. It's a lightly trade. It's not thickly traded like ES. ES, you don't be doing that because ES is the thickly traded market. Crude oil, thinly traded. NQ, thinly traded. That's why NQ moves so fast because it's a thinly traded market. If you look at this, look at the DOM. You look at the DOM, look at these orders, This is like bin to 1 tick. Look at those orders. They're low, they're small. On the ES, you're talking about 50, 100, 10 times, 20 times that. So that's ES is thickly traded. This is thinly traded because look at the resting orders right there. The bids right there, low, asks, low. So it's a thinly traded market. That's why on the DOM, you'll see me go over to 4 and tick merge it. And that's why you see 127, 128, 129, 130. Because now it's not so squirrely. That's why I like to tick merge stuff. That's why I developed this so people can tick merge it. So this bar right here, we got nice volume for support. That's pretty decent. It'd be kind of hard to try and get an order right there. I mean, if you got in on that, this is kind of like a spending top indecision candle right here. That's little. I mean, if you got in on a break that, you took a little bit of heat. You're in the money now, but like I said, up here's your resistance because you got some resting orders up there at 150. Uh, and it depends on where your stop is. If you want to get in here, or if you want to get in here and you get down here, and and that you gotta size up to the amount that your stop is. The size of your contracts, if your stop is 40 points, you're not going to be trading the same amount of size if it was 20 points. The math don't add up. Yeah, so we got well, the resting orders kind of cleared out a little bit. So you want to see these bars. You want to see dark green bars and wide, taking them resting orders out. Boom. Take them resting orders out. Come on, get wider. Oh, the red's getting wider. Oh, the green's getting in there. The greens, come on there. Longs, longs, longs. support it, build it up, build it up. You're ticking up, you're ticking up. Eat that bid. You got some resting orders up in here at about 150. Trading above that area where those where people went short up in here. Not a large contract, but they went short a little bit. All right. It's about 137. I gotta shut this down. All right, I gotta shut this down. All right, I gotta go pick up the kid. I'll be back at it tomorrow. I will be back at it tomorrow, 9:15, folks. 9:15. If I'm late, well, I'll just be a few minutes late. I'll try to get better at that. Talk to you later.